Okay, the next fight is against Navy Catalyst. In the last video, I talked about a fight against Tech 1 Catalyst, and I said that it's a pretty difficult fight for Neut and Tristan. Against Navy Catalyst, it's almost hopeless. Navy Catalysts have additional medium slots and a utility high slot, so they will always have a web, and they will have an option to feed Nosferatu. And Navy Catalysts, Blaster Navy Catalysts with an active tank, with an ancillary rep, quite often feed Nosferatus as well. Really, the only thing that Blaster Catalyst Navy needs to do is to load faction ammo. And web plus faction ammo will be enough to apply sufficient damage to kill Tristan before Tristan will be able to neut out a Navy Catalyst. And hoping that it's a Rail Catalyst is pointless as well, because Rail Navy Catalysts are almost always overprop with 10 MN, and they will simply have too much control for you to even keep up, let alone kill them. But for the sake of this challenge, let's see what happens. People make a lot of mistakes. So my first actions are, as usual, orbit 500 with heated newts, and immediately we will see that it's Navy Catalyst, Blaster Navy Catalyst with a Nosferatu, but immediately he makes the first mistake. He loads Void. Sometimes, actually not sometimes, quite often, people make this mistake. They load the highest damage ammo against a small target, and they will actually apply less than with faction ammo because of tracking issues. But it's still quite a lot of damage. So for now, you see that his Nosferatu doesn't work because my capacitor is clearly lower than his capacitor level. And I think around here, yeah, he's neutered out. Now what's going on is the Nosferatu math. Nosferatus drain, by the way, if he had loaded Federation Navy or Caldari Navy ammo, I would have been dead already. This is the reason why I managed to actually neut him out and still survive is only because he just loaded the wrong ammo. But it's not the end, of course, for him because he has Nos. And Nosferatu drain 9 units of cap every 2 seconds if he hits the Nosferatu. And my Neut drain 50 units of cap every 5 seconds. So technically, he can drain enough cap to use his web and some guns, which is really all he needs to do. But he needs to unstack the guns, because Navy Catalysts have, I believe, 6 guns, and each gun takes 1 unit of cap. So if he keeps them stacked, he needs 6 units of cap to activate all stack, and it's unlikely. But if he unstacks the blasters, then he will apply enough damage with Nosferatu, with web, and some guns running like now and then. And it doesn't matter what I do with my Neuts, he can always just spam the guns and they will activate on the same tick as Nosferatu. nothing I can do here. But he makes another mistake. He keeps guns stacked, and in this case, I actually get a chance because he will get enough cap only very rarely. And even if he gets enough cap, he still doesn't have web applied. So his DPS is really poor. And remember, he still has void loaded, not antimatter. So what I need to do now, I need to stagger my neuts. I think I'm very low, very slow to react. And the problem that I face here is that I cannot run my tank and my neuts at the same time because I use Tristan with full bulkhead rigs. And you need Tristan with aggress rigs to apply consistent pressure on cap. I think if I had aggress rigs, like 2 aggress rigs here, I staggered my neuts in the ideal way, I actually had a chance to get him. But here I kind of have to either stop repping or stop neuting because I just don't have enough cap for everything. And I decide to stop neuting. I leave only one neut on. And with one neut on, he actually will get enough cap to shoot his guns.
The capacitor is empty.
Yeah, you can see here. I just have to save some cap to survive until the next cycle. And here I have to neut him because he starts shooting me. He regenerated enough cap between a single cycle, but I also have to rep because I'm too low on cap. Because I'm too low on tank. If I like don't rep and he gets another weapon cycle, I might just pop. This is a problem with a feat that I'm using with bulkheads and DDA instead of adaptive membrane and aggress rigs. But I think it's a pretty rare situation where you actually find yourself like fighting against Navy Catalyst with or any other ship with Nosferatu, where you need to keep consistent neuting pressure for like several minutes, and you need to tank as well at the same time. I just think it's too niche of a case to use a different fit, but it's up to discussion. Yeah, so I try to manage my like neuting pressure as well as I can. I have to repair at least a little bit. Like once I'm out of, you can see that I still take a fair bit of damage even with double neuts. But it's just very tricky. Just very tricky. You can see that I need to keep at least double neuts on him to neutralize his Nosferatu, but I also need to rep, and this fit just can't do it. You just can't. You don't have enough cap. So I just do my best, and Navy Vexar arrives as well, and I have like a glimmer of hope that maybe I will be able to stay alive for long enough for Navy Vexar to kill this Navy Catalyst, but unfortunately I'm like 3 seconds short. 3 more seconds and I would have survived, but it happens. The fit was pretty standard. It was like a macro warp drive, scrum web, neutron blasters, Nosferatu, damage control, max tap, and small series rep, and 3 bulkheads, I think, in very slots. Yeah, so this is just to demonstrate the mistakes that people make that actually give you a chance and what you can do against them. and what are the trade-offs for different fits of Neut and Tristan. But of course, like if you fly in Neut and Tristan, do not engage Navy destroyers. It's just completely hopeless. Against some Tech 1 you can try, but against Navy it's not really worth it. You're not gonna get enough kills to make it worthwhile. Alright, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.